Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Rini and I share DIY home decor videos here on my channel. Today I'm sharing 3 very simple and easy boho DIY projects for under $10. So before we dive in, please consider subscribing if you haven't already and click the bell icon to get notified every single time I post a new video on my channel. So let's hop right into the DIYs. To make the boho coasters, I took a piece of felt for the base. Using a bowl, I traced 2 circles on the felt since I planned on making a set of 2 coasters. Then I cut the circles out. I got this raffia skirt from dollar store and cut off a bunch of strands. I further cut them to about 6 to 7 inch small pieces. And then I divided them into groups of 3. Then I also grabbed some jute rope. I started with 3 pieces of raffia that we cut before, then I folded them in half, placed the loop under the jute rope and pulled the ends through the loop to create a lark's head knot. We also want to pull it tight to make sure it stays in place. Then I grabbed another set of 3 raffia pieces and made a lark's head knot on the rope. I kept a space of about a ½ inch from the previous knot. From here it is repetitive. I continued tying the raffia pieces to the rope while keeping equal spaces between the knots. I continued the process till the perimeter of the circle was surrounded by the raffia tassels. Then I grabbed these embroidery flosses in 4 different colors and started to wrap them around the neck of the knots. I wrapped the thread about 13 to 14 times and tied a double knot. After that, I cut off the extra thread and I also applied a tiny amount of hot glue on it to secure the knot. As you can see, I tied all the double knots on the back side of the lark's head knot, so when I turned it over, it looked well finished. I kept on wrapping the raffia tassels with the colored embroidery flosses and I continued alternating the color palette all the way around. After I was done wrapping all the tassels, I took the felt circle and started to hot glue the rope right on the edge of the circle. I glued it down in small sections and held it in place until the glue cooled down. Then I snipped off the extra rope and glued it down. I grabbed the other end and started to wrap the rope. We would want to wrap it nice and tight to avoid any gap. Then I continued wrapping the rope towards the center of the circle. We would also want to apply hot glue as close to the adjacent section as possible to cover the felt underneath. I chose a black felt for this DIY, but I would recommend going for a color matching the jute rope. This way we don't have to worry about the base color underneath. Once I reached towards the center, I cut off the extra rope and glued it down after rolling it. I also trimmed the ends of the raffia tassels a little bit to make them nice and even. This completes our DIY boho jute and raffia coasters. For the next DIY, I used this 9x9 frame. I grabbed this one from Dollar Tree. I also grabbed a straw beach mat for this project. Then I turned over the frame and detached the backing from the frame. I placed the backing on the straw mat and traced along its edges. I also washi taped right along the inner edges of the outline. This step is essential to secure all the straws in place when we cut it. After all the 4 sides were taped down, I went ahead and cut it out. While cutting it, if you feel like some straws are falling apart, you can flip it over and secure it with some more pieces of tape. This way, I continued cutting the straw mat following the edges of the tape. Then I attached the straw square piece to the backing with hot glue. After applying hot glue, I pressed it down for a few seconds. Then I moved on and removed all the tape pieces. I also trimmed off the extra straw around all the 4 edges. And the final step was attaching the backing to the frame again. So this finishes off our DIY boho tray. It is not only very easy to make but also very aesthetic and expensive looking. For the last DIY, I used this embroidery hoop which had a diameter of 5 inches. I separated the 2 hoops and started to remove all the hardware. I struggled quite a lot to remove all of them, so I would suggest going for 2 embroidery hoops and only use the hoops without any hardware on them. I also grabbed some floral wire, cut a small piece and joined the 2 ends of the hoop. I slid both the ends of the wire through the holes, twisted the wire and cut off the extra. Also, I applied a little dot of hot glue on the wire to secure it more. Then I got these popsicle sticks which are about 4 inches long and started to hot glue them to the outer surface of the hoop. I kept a space of about a 1/4 inch between 2 sticks. After applying the hot glue, I pressed the base of the stick and the hoop together until the glue cooled down. While gluing it down, I made sure it was nice and straight. This way, I kept on hot gluing the craft sticks all the way around the bottom hoop. If you want a stronger hold, you can go for Gorilla Hot Glue or even a combination of hot glue and A6000. Once all the sticks were attached, I took a piece of raffia and hot glued one of its ends to the inner surface of the hoop. Then I held the raffia diagonally over one of the sticks, pulled it through, went underneath the hoop, and again pulled it diagonally from the other side, making a cross. I kept on repeating the same process for all the other sticks. After that, I hot glued the raffia back to the inner surface of the hoop and snipped off the extra. Then I took the other hoop and started to hot glue each individual popsicle stick to it. I held it down for some time until the glue cooled down. Again, I grabbed another strand of raffia and crisscrossed it over all the popsicle sticks. this completes our boho plant pot cover. You can customize it to any size you want depending on your plant, and if you want, you can also use this as tea light holder. That's all for today, and I really hope you liked the DIYs. If you did, please let me know in the comments your thoughts on it. Also, let me know which DIY project is your favorite. My personal favorite are the coasters. If you recreate any of these DIYs, I would love to see them. You can tag me on Instagram at DustyHues. Thanks so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll be seeing you in my next one.